Hello, darkness, my old friend. You've come to talk with me again. Sens lose 2-0 to the Detroit Red Wings. So the Sens win 4-5 in January, and things are rolling along just great. And since then they've lost 4 in a row. Here we go again. Lose 8 in a row, win 4-5, and now lose 4 in a row again. Up and down and up and down. They're up and down more than a co-ed dorm room toilet seat. As always though, let's just kick things off with lineup changes. Mikhail Bodker was injured in the loss to Pittsburgh on Friday, so he drew out of the lineup, and Rudolf Balcers was recalled from Belleville, and he drew in. The Sens also elected to return to 11 forwards and 7 defensemen, as Guy Boucher scratched Nick Paul in favor of Ben Harper. And in goal, Andy got the start after being given Friday night off on the first night of a back-to-back. Unfortunately, the fresh legs and the rested goalie didn't do much to help the Sens early on. The Sens get some early chances, and as was the theme for last night's game, they couldn't beat Bernier. And then the Wings respond. The Wings freewheel around the Sens zone as Mantha feeds Vanek, he feeds Jansen, who goes back to Vanek, who goes back to the point to DeKaiser, who throws a screenshot on goal. It gets through everybody, including Andy, and the Wings lead 1-0. These ones are so frustrating. First of all, how are the Wings that wide open that they're able to pass the puck around the Sens zone without anybody even so much as poking at the puck? And secondly, there's 3 players standing right in front of your goalie, and only 2 Red Wings players there, which means there was somebody wide open somewhere else. I guess now we know how they were so open to make those passes. I'm sorry, but this coaching staff, it needs a game plan change. You cannot leave all 5 guys below the hash marks and expect to be successful. Yes, collapsing in front of your goalie can be effective, but when that's what you do and you leave the point wide open, it gives the point guys free shots at the goal. And with that many guys collapsed down low, your goalie doesn't stand much of a chance of actually seeing the shot. Even better than the first goal, the Sens forget to play the shift right after the goal, and guess what happens?
The other team scores!
Yes, they do. 39 seconds after DeKaiser makes it 1-0, Mark Stone turns the puck over, Glendening picks it up and tries to dump it in. It bounces off the skate of Mark Stone, lands on the stick of Darren Helm. He and Martin Furk race in. Stone dives to try to block the pass. He doesn't. It gets from Helm to Furk. Then Jaros is standing there, can't defend the 2-on-1. The passing goes from Furk back to a now wide open Darren Helm. He goes forehand, backhand, tucks it into the net, and the Red Wings lead 2-0. And Stone proves once again that the Chell dive is not an effective defensive maneuver. All he had to do was stay on his feet. He was toast the second he hit the ice because it gave Helm a free lane to the net. It's typical. The Sens break down, and it ends up in the back of their net. They were the better team for the majority of the first period. They had more shots, more scoring chances, more high-danger scoring chances, yet they gave up 2 goals and are down 2-0. Balcers gets a glorious opportunity to cut into the Wings' lead, but when it rains it pours, his shot hits the iron, and the Wings keep their 2-goal lead. That's how things would end as we head to the second period with the Wings in front 2-0. And early in the second period, it looks like things are about to go from bad to worse. Andy makes a terrific pad stop on an in-tight chance from Thomas Vanek, but seconds later the Sens dig themselves a big hole. Brady Tkachuk is sent off for 4 minutes for high sticking. The Sens are 29 seconds away from killing the whole thing off, and Zach Smith is sent off for tripping, giving the Wings a 5-on-3. Somehow the Sens manage to kill it off, and we stay 2-0 despite the Wings having nearly 6 minutes of power play time straight. The Sens get some power play chances of their own, but like the Wings, they can't find the back of the net, and we head to the third period with the Wings still in front 2-0. The Sens keep coming in the third and are finally rewarded as they hit the back of the net. Not so fast. The goal is immediately waved off, and for good reason. The puck was under the pads of Bernier. Boro came in, jammed it out from under the pads, and in the goal. The referee's whistle went at nearly the exact same time that Boro banged it in, so it's absolutely no goal. I will say though, for the Sens fans who were upset by the call, I get it. Ottawa lost a game after having the puck ripped out from under the glove of Andy, so there's that. But that goal shouldn't have counted, and neither should this one. Better to at least get one call right than to bugger up both calls because you're trying to be consistent with the wrong call. It sucks, but it's the rules. The Sens keep coming, but can't beat Bernier, and the Wings escape Ottawa with a 2-0 win. That's a disappointing one. I thought they could have had a better fate than a 2-0 loss. As a matter of fact, I thought they deserved a better fate. As always though, let's get into good news, bad news. The Sens actually played a pretty solid game, and that is the good news. After Friday, there was a lot to fix, and boy did they ever correct a lot of those lapses. Defensively, the Sens allowed a season-low 21 shots. They gave up just 16 scoring chances and only 3 high-danger chances, with just one of those coming after the first period. The 3 high-danger scoring chances were the fewest given up by any team playing last night. Only the Columbus Blue Jackets had fewer shots, and the 16 scoring chances were second fewest only behind Dallas's 14. All told, the Sens were arguably the best defensive team in the league last night, or at least put up the best defensive effort. When was the last time I was able to say that? Probably 2003 when Jacques Martin was still coach. It was a real solid defensive effort from a Sens team who is in search of defense. It wasn't perfect, as the 2 goals against would show, but it was a real solid improvement, and that is the good news. Now, for the bad news. To piggyback off the good news, the Sens defense was solid last night, but their offense left a little to be desired, and that is the bad news. Yes, the Sens fired 35 shots at Jonathan Bernier. And yes, they had 25 scoring chances and 9 high-danger scoring chances. But let's be honest for a minute. It wasn't the toughest night of Bernier's career. The Sens didn't do a good enough job of getting to the net, or of making it tough on Bernier to make the save, or even see the shot. And when he did see the shot, they didn't do a good enough job of getting to the net and getting the rebounds. It was too easy a night for Bernier, and was a major reason why the Sens were shut out, and that is the bad news. Next up, the Sens enjoy another break before returning to action when they visit the Toronto Maple Leafs on Wednesday night. The contest will be the second of 4 meetings on the season between the two teams, with the Sens winning 5-3 in Toronto on October 6th, the second game of the regular season. What a weird schedule. The Sens and Leafs play each other on the second game of the regular season, then don't see each other again until February, and don't play their first game in Ottawa until March. There are 30 teams in the NHL that come to Ottawa every year. The very last team to visit Ottawa this year is Toronto. Very strange. The Leafs, though, while being 0-1 against the Sens so far this season, have been much better so far this season, as they sit 22 points ahead of the Sens with a game in hand. That game will come Monday when they host the Ducks, so the Sens will come into that contest as the more rested team. But if the Sens have any hopes of winning, they're going to have to shut down the pair of Tavares and Marner, and shut down Matthews. No easy task. See you Wednesday night.